He's wearing number 10, the sharpshooter, Kaifer Francis. Number 69, Yolande Regis. And the captain of the Dr. Daru Business Sports Club Falcons, number 35, Yannick Regis. Now for the hometown D-Trend Blazers. Wearing number 11, Donnie Robinson. Number 10, Patrick John Baptist. Number 14, Hakeem Dangleman. Number 8, Thomas Felix. And the captain, number 7, Lester Langley. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Welcome to DBS Radio's coverage of the DABA's Premier League Finals. It's Game 2 of the Premier League Finals between the Detroit Blazers and the Dr. Daru Priestley Sports Club Falcons. My name is Gavin Richards, joined by Hassan Robinson, about to have tip-off here at the Massac Indoor Facility. And we're underway, Game 2, with the Dr. Daru Priestley Sports Club Falcons leading 1-0. I say good evening to Hassan Robinson.
Yes, good evening, Gavin. Of course, as you can see here, the game has just begun. First shot taken by Kaifer Francis. Misses, but it's just full of energy, and both teams here anticipating to go home with the trophy tonight.
Well, Hassan, of course, it's a big game for the Detroit Blazers. Some may say it's a must-win game for the Blazers as they are down 1-0. Big shot there from Lester Langley.
And a potential four-point play.
There's a
shot taken by the captain of the Detroit Blazers. Number 9, he's wearing number 9 here tonight.
Well, there's a bit of a confusion, and we have a malfunction in shot clock. So we're going to have to verify with the referees as to whether that basket will count, because the buzzer did go off before the shot. And the referees, you can see they're converging there. And they're giving the basket, Hassan.
All right, so it is indeed a three-point play. Wonderful shot, contested, difficult shot in the first 3 minutes of the gameplay here tonight. Of course, all referees, all fans, everyone is looking to see a very competitive game, as well as a very well-organized game here. Of course, both teams look like they are just trying to get the first minute jitters off. And referee has spoken to the officials, the guys here who are operating the clocks, the shot clocks.
Well, let's see, Hassan, how both teams got here. You know the fashion, the Dr. Daru Priestley Sports Club Falcons, they swept the Flow X-Men in the semifinals. The Falcons, they're undefeated so far in this year's competition. They've won some 10 straight games. And, you know, they're in fine form heading into Game 2. The Detroit Blazers, they made light work out of the 767 Sports Club Dominators. They swept that series as well.
Yes.
But the Blazers went down in the first game on Tuesday. A comfortable win for the Falcons in the end. They were up by 20 at one point.
Wow.
The Blazers stormed back, and then we saw, you know, the Falcons put the game away.
Yes, indeed. Both teams here have their own unique road to the glory story. One seemingly undefeatable, the other overcoming certain challenges. But again, both teams looking to come home with the trophy becoming the champions of this
Oh.
league here.
All right, so we just have a little hold up here. There's a little bit of a, I say, technical problem with the shot clock. It's almost rectified, and we should be back on the way any moment here now. Hassan, earlier on, before we came on here, we saw the BA Sharks getting past the Detroit Blazers in the Division 1
Yes.
finals, and they're up 2 games to none.
Yes, and that game was filled with excitement. The crowd themselves were rattling the building. You could almost feel the place itself physically shaking. Both teams put on a magnificent show, great competitive spirit on both sides. And as you rightly stated, you know, the Sharks came out to the win. They smelled blood in the water and attacked, of course, instinctively and closed off the fourth quarter.
All right, so about set to get underway. So it'll be the Blazers 3, the Falcons 0, a big 3-pointer to open up things there this evening. Hassan, the big news, of course, is that the Falcons are without their big man, Ramal Carbon. He picked up a big injury in the first game, knee injury, and he's out for tonight's game for sure. I'm not too sure if he'll feature for the rest of the series as Donnie Robinson takes this one strong to the hole.
Yes, indeed. And speaking about the lack of the presence of the big man, of course, Mr. Robinson himself entered into the paint, seemingly uncontested. I guess that's some of the impact they're going to be feeling. He and Mr. Ricketts going to be battling out tonight. It's expected to be an interesting battle. Ramal, of course, his presence is always felt in the center of his rebounds, his offensive ability, very versatile guy. And he just came from representing Dominica, so, you know, he's a multifaceted player.
Yes, that's a big blow for the Falcons. No Ramal Carbon, and you know that will change the dynamics as to how they will play. It will, open up the center. They'll put a lot of pressure on Peter Ricketts as well.
Yes. Ooh, potential and one by Mr. Thomas, number 8, as he goes to the line.
Well, so Thomas Felix will head to the line for 2 free throws. It's a foul on Yulon Regis, number 69. Hassan, Thomas Felix, a former MVP in Dominica's basketball. He's won the award at least 3 or 4 times. Thomas Felix.
Yeah, of course, we all know Mr. Felix as a legend on the basketball courts. And of course, one of the favorites here in Massac. He has his reputation from before the indoor facility. He is always represented well in the sport of basketball. So it's no surprise that, he's one of the crowd favorites here.
Well, there's a over-the-back foul on Patrick John Baptist, number 10 for the Blazers. So it'll be a side ball for the Falcons. So Peter Ricketts, he has that jump shot, and he makes it his money.
Easy.
So Peter Ricketts, Thomas looking to reply. That one hits the back iron. Kiefer Francis is pushing. He has Kewan Thomas. Up goes Thomas, misses. And that'll be out of bounds. Possession for the Falcons.
With the score being 6-2. Still early in the first quarter. Both teams aggressive.
Well, that was a strong move from Yannick Regis.
Easy penetration into the.
Of course, he's the captain for the Falcons. And a lot's going to depend on him. Kiefer Francis, Kewan Thomas. There's a foul on Kiefer Francis.
Yes, it will appear so. Trying to prevent the big man from entering into the paint. And as we spoke about earlier, this is where we are going to see that the need for
Carbon.
For carbon.
Yeah.
But the team have to step up. Of course, players will have to be more versatile, more agile, more flexible if they want to prevent the Detroit Blazers from penetrating into the center at will.
So Patrick John Baptist misses the first free throw. Hassan, there's a familiar saying, free throws win matches.
Oh, that is so true. I can I'm a testament to that for sure.
So that one will go out. It'll be possession for the Falcons. You can see Blazers, they've made an adjustment. Kewan Thomas for free off the front end of the rim. The Blazers looking to push. It's with Langley.
And he's called for the travel. Turnover by Blazers. His ball was just a little bit over the waist when he attempted that crossover.
So, as we've been saying, Hassan, I think without Ramal Carbon, this game will be a lot more competitive.
Oh, and Mr. Robinson with the steal. Fakes, passes the ball to the captain, fakes him. Back in the center. Wonderful execution.
But that's a strong move there from Donnie Robinson. And good patient basketball as well, Hassan, because there was an initial fast break and then it broke down. But there's good teamwork between Lester Langley and Donnie Robinson, you know, to regroup. And in the end, they got the 2 points.
Indeed, indeed. You can clearly see there's a lot of chemistry amongst the teammates here. And that was a high IQ play, by the way. You know, to be aware of where you are and your teammates are, and to constantly attack the center. Ooh,
strong move there. And
move by the captain of the Falcons as he attempts to make his free throw lines, number 35.
So the foul is on number 14, and that's Hakeem Dangleben. I believe that's his first foul for the night, to send Yannick Regis to the line for 2. So Yannick Regis, the captain of the Dr. Daru Pichler Sports Club Falcons. Falcons chasing their first major title. Well, I wouldn't say first. They won the knockout competition to start off the season. But they're chasing their first national title.
Yes, this hard court here, this indoor facility has seen exceptional players come through and showcase their talent. Falcons looking to go all the way with it. It'll be outside by. Okay, referee deliberates. Outside by the Blazers. Falcons ball.
Well, the Falcons dodged a bullet there because Lester Langley was wide open for a 3-pointer. Missed it as Kiefer thought about the step back 3. It's Peter Ricketts with the mid-range jumper. He misses. And now the Blazers are in the fast break. Good pass there, but they'll have to pull back and reset. Langley for 3. Short on that one. And last touch by Regis. It will be Blazers ball. So Hassan was saying the first substitution for this evening, the veteran sharpshooter Linson Lynch comes in, replacing Thomas Felix.
And we all know the legendary Lynch when he gets hot, especially in the mid-range.
Well, that's a blocking foul there. Elias Dupuy with the call. Let's see who's the guilty party. So it's a foul on Peter Ricketts.
His teammates concerned about his foul numbers, wondering if he would like a substitution. He said it's okay, he'll be more mindful.
I think it might have been his second foul. We'll just have to verify with the scorers.
And Donnie misses his free throw.
Yes, so indeed his second foul, Hassan. So Peter has to be very careful moving forward because the Falcons are short of big men, and Ricketts has already picked up his second foul.
This as Mr. Robinson connects with the second free throw. But yes, you are right. You know, free throws, they creep up on you. And in the fourth quarter, they come in very handy and very crucial at times. Questionable layup. The crowd wanted a travel, but referee says basket is good.
Well, that's a big fast break there from Donnie Robinson, rolling back the years, showing that he still has it. And the Falcons, you can see they're really struggling now. The Blazers look a different team. And there's a foul.
The Blazers, as Kiwan Thomas will be attempting to head on the free throw line, I believe. Or is it a non-shooting foul?
All right, so it's a foul on Hakeem Dangleben, number 14.
Non-shooting foul. They pass the ball on the outside. He penetrates, he floats it, he scores.
But that's Kewan Thomas bread and butter. You know, he has that little floater.
Indeed.
And you can see good intent there from the Blazers, not able to convert it.
Play on the Falcons. Ooh.
And a big
Excellent
basket in the end.
Acrobatic play here by Kaifa Francis.
Yeah, Kaifa Francis. So Blazers, in terms of their transition defense, they're a bit poor, allowing the Falcons to get out on that fast break. And that's a good reverse layup there from Hakim Danglebend.
Another legendary player for sweet reverse layup.
And an air ball from Peter Ricketts. So, Hassan, I can barely hear you because it's so loud inside here of the Massacre indoor facility.
Yes.
Quite an appreciative crowd. Blazers supporters with their orange and their orange flanks. They're banging away on the stands.
Indeed, energetic and motivating.
Well, it's Lynch for three and he's fouled.
He's fouled, attempting free throws.
So Yolon Regis guilty of the foul, and that's a cardinal sin in basketball, Hassan.
You don't
fouling
yeah.
a jump shooter
on the 3-point line. Especially in this very tough finals game here. Everything is on the line. Both teams looking to emerge victorious. He makes the first out of three.
So we're seeing the Blazers about to make a change as well. Linson Lynch made the first, makes the second.
Makes it look easy.
Linson Lynch will probably go down in Dominica's basketball history as one of the best shooters, as he makes all three free throws. So it's the Blazers in front here. And you can see the Falcon supporters trying to rally their team. Kewan thinks about three, he's fouled as well.
A cardinal sin by guess who?
By Lynch. And he can't believe it. But he did get a bit of a stick bite there on
a slight touch
on Kewan while he was in the shooting motion.
Of course, the referee Mark Doe was the one who spotted it. Kewan Thomas will be attempting free throws. And like you stated, free throws win games.
Yeah, Kewan Thomas is another one of the better shooters in Dominica as well. I think he's one of the more complete guards. You know, he has the inside game, he has the handles. I just put a jinx on him, you know.
As he misses his second out of three.
But he's one of the candidates for MVP this season, I can tell you that, Hassan.
Indeed. And he made 1 out of 3. But of course, I concur with that. He has shown over the course of this this competition here, as he crosses over, penetrates, layup, ooh, and one, and he's back on the free throw line. As we were saying, his versatility, you know, he can take it from the outside, the inside. A very versatile player, very complete player.
But that was a strong drive from Kewan Thomas, and he took, you know, quite the hit. It was a hard playoff foul. Wasn't a dirty foul, but it was a hard foul from Patrick John Baptist. And it's a Kewan Thomas back to the line for 2.
He makes the first.
You can see the Blazers about to make another change. Kerry Leslie on the scorer's bench. Also, Bernard Mills about to come in for the Falcons.
The second.
So first substitution is Leslie in for Donnie Robinson, and the veteran point guard Bernard Mills enters the game. Comes in for Yannick Regis.
Tight defense by the Falcons on the Blazers team. Crosses, Lynch takes a jump shot, misses. Blazers with the rebound, center pass to the inside. Back to the rebound. Outside.
Well,
Falcons possession.
the Blazers have to make these kind of baskets. Hassan, you know, these little layups. In the first game, they were guilty of missing a number of layups and found themselves down by 20 at halftime.
And as Mr. Robinson went on the bench, he was the one who was penetrated in the center. As Mr. Ramal Carbon isn't there to block the center. Kaifa penetrates, passes to Mr. Ricketts. He misses. He misses the contact with the ball, slips off his fingers outside. Blazers ball.
So it's Stephen Buckmeyer in for Lester Langley with the point guard duties. Set us for the mid-range jump shot and air ball.
His first attempt for the game.
So we can see 2 trips down for the Blazers, and they came up empty-handed. It's Bernard Mills now looking to drive in and gets the tough layup.
Tough layup, acrobatic move.
So it's the Blazers 16, the Falcons 11. We're still in the first quarter of game 2 of the Premier League Finals. It's a 3-second violation.
Number 10 of the Blazers was complaining, saying that he has an advantage over Mr. Mills. Looking for his teammates to pass him the ball. Seems a bit irate.
We have a timeout, Hassan, so
Timeout.
we'll allow the DJ to do his things. A timeout here in the first quarter.
16-13.
All right, so a short timeout. And we're back. Ready for action in the first quarter again.
Falcons pass the ball. Mayo dribbles over the half court. And he's fouled above the 3-point line.
Well, that's a foolish foul by Buckmeyer. And these sort of fouls add up for Hassan because he can easily get into the penalty. And a matter of fact, that's what happened. So Bernard Mills is going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
And if he capitalizes on those, then that's easy baskets, uncontested, composed shots.
Yeah, and with the clock stopped, remember the Falcons are behind, so any opportunity they get to score with the clock not moving, that's to their advantage.
Mills, a veteran shooter, misses the first.
I can tell you, Hassan, the energy inside of the Massac Indoor Facility for that first game between the BA Sharks and the Blazers, I mean, that was something else. You know, the supporters from Benz came down in their numbers to support the Sharks.
They have their flags waving in the orange. Elias Dupe, one of the referees, giving us a positive affirmation as we spoke about his team who won the last game here, the Sharks.
So Kiwan is driving strong. There's the whistle. The infringement is a blocking foul.
Kiwan Thomas going to the free throw line. The crowd themselves considering that to be a very questionable shot. As some people feel like there was no contact. He might have exaggerated the body movement, but referee call stands final.
So it's a foul on Maxwell Birmingham.
And it would appear that the free throws might be the determining factor of who may actually win this game. The free throws and the fouls.
You can see Maxwell Birmingham just pleading his case with the official, but the call's made already. It's not going to change as Kiwan converts on the first free throw. And just like that, the Falcons have cut the lead down to 1. As a matter of fact, they've tied the game.
And the game is tied.
And
Mr.
here
Thomas has been very aggressive, scoring most of his points on the free throw line.
But here comes another big body for the Detroit Blazers. It's Sean Reed.
Of course, his presence is immediately felt.
So we can see that the Blazers are attacking the basket, but they're just not making their layups. The key one with the deep three. That was a bad shot. And Mills will recover, gets the rebound. To still be possession for the Falcons, but that was a bad shot though.
Yeah, he was looking to take the lead as early as possible. Of course, patience win the game. Mr. Mills takes a shot, misses it. Blazers with the rebound. They break forward, number 9. Makes it through the center, takes a jump shot, misses, rebound. Blazers. Referee calls, whistle blown. They're deliberating right now to see whose ball is it. Last contact. Blazers take possession.
That's
And
a steal.
a steal from the Falcons. Kewan Thomas pushes hard, goes to the center.
Well, there was a lot of contact
A
on
lot
that
of
play.
contact, but no foul called.
As Javid Joseph drives
Javid
strong,
Joseph
straight to the hoop, misses, rebounded, in. And he's down. He's clutching his knee. That's Birmingham.
Birmingham makes the shot but lands injured.
And he's immediately calling for the substitution.
It looks like his ankle or his knee. One of these medics are making their way to the scene.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like
It looks like
He's
it
got
may
it.
be a sprained ankle. It might be it for the night for this young man. Substitution. Donnie Robinson comes in. Kewan takes a shot, misses, but he draws the contact as he takes his chances on the free throw line. Again on the free throw line for Kewan Thomas. And if he makes these free throws, both of these, they will tie the game or take the lead.
Well, Hassan, it's been a quarter of 2 runs, I would say. You know, the Blazers, they got off to a hot start and they were looking to really run away with the game, but the Falcons, they dug in. You know, they made their free throws, they stepped up their defense a bit, and they found themselves back into the game.
Indeed, indeed. Both teams have their very unique style of play which works for them. Falcons, of course, they take it to their opponents and let them pay on the free throw lines, as clearly it's been working here tonight. The
But
Blazers started off strong as the aggressor. Now they seem to be on the defensive.
well, Kewan Thomas is, you know, doing what he has to do to carry the team on his back. Because remember, there's no Ramal Carbon tonight, and Kewan Thomas has been in attack mode. He's been driving, taking the ball to the basket, getting the fouls, like you said, Hassan. And he's making the majority of his free throws. That's a good thing as well.
Indeed, capitalizing on the opportunities and creating the opportunities to be capitalized upon.
But I still think this is a game that's going to come down to whether or not the Falcons will be able to match up with the Blazers big men as we progress, you know, further into the game. Peter Ricketts has played the entire first quarter. The Blazers, they've rotated their big men so far. So at some point in time in this game, you know, Peter Ricketts, you know, is going to feel some sort of fatigue.
Indeed. And the same may apply to Mr. Kewan Thomas. How long can he keep up this aggressive stance?
And remember, Peter Ricketts also has 2 fouls as well. So he's going to be very cautious on defense. And if the Blazers are to take full advantage of that, they will be driving the ball to the rim every opportunity they get.
Indeed, indeed.
So it's Kewan Thomas again makes another free throw. The Falcons have taken the lead, Hassan.
They have. Can they keep up this pace? Can they keep the lead? Or will the Blazers answer with a bucket of their own?
Well, there's young Zach Bastian into the game for the Falcons, and you can see the Falcons have adopted a full court press, man-to-man defense.
Thomas dribbles against Kiwan, enters, penetrates, takes the shot, misses. No foul called.
Well, there's a kick in violation.
Turnover. Indeed, a turnover. And the Blazers will retrieve the ball. The Blazers need to be very careful at this point. They need to be patient, and they need to continue to do what they were doing in the beginning that got them into such an early lead, which is rotate the ball, set their screens, and penetrate the weak spot, which is the center.
Well, that's an offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
So
the Blazers seem to be losing their composure.
Buckmeyer guilty of the pushing off of the forearm, and referee Elias Dupuy spot on, caught that one there. Another turnover for the Blazers. Hassan, I think the Blazers are missing a very big opportunity as another three by
Mr.
Thomas.
They collect the rebound. Mr. Thomas penetrates, makes the layup. He seems to be doing it all tonight here.
Well, there's a jump ball. So Kewan Thomas, like you said, Hassan, doing it all for the Falcons. The Falcons, they've got 21 points so far in this first quarter. And I think, Thomas probably has at least 14 points.
Indeed. And you said he was running for the MVP, but he may be showing why his name might be called in that list of potential MVP candidates.
At the end of the quarter, we'll try to see if we can verify the number of points for Kewan Thomas so far. But as I was saying, Hassan, the Blazers are missing a golden opportunity. Peter Ricketts has 2 fouls. Peter Ricketts is not going to defend anything in the paint. And the Blazers are refusing, or they've struggled so far, I should say, to post up and attack Peter Ricketts.
Yes, the big men are taking fadeaway jump shots. They should be penetrating the, as we speak about it, Oh, he misses.
And it's Zach Bastian going strong. Ooh, lovely Euro step.
He misses the layup.
But he missed the layup.
Exciting acrobatic play, and the traveling by Mr. Javid, number 12.
That was a strong Euro by Zach Bastian, but he missed the layup.
He missed it.
And that brings us to the end of the quarter. End of the quarter. And after the end of the first quarter, it's the Dr. Daru Christian Sports Club Falcons 21 and the Blazers 18. Hassan, we'll have some comments from you, and then we'll have Delvin Esprit joining us on the broadcast.
Yes, indeed. From what I'm seeing here, both teams seem to be aggressive. Both teams want to come off with the victory. However, one team seemed to be more composed in terms of their attacking strategy. The Detroit Blazers started off very aggressive with Donnie Robinson leading the charge, penetrating in the center. However, answering his offensive was Mr. Kewan Thomas, who too also made his aggression into the center, and but capitalized on the free throw line. Yes.
Ready like Freddy. Fetting heavy, drinking enough from to fill my belly. Fill it up, don't call my celly. I had one too many. I think I have a CO disease deep in my DNA. I don't start drinking, don't talk for whining. I don't start chipping to the boo you're reading. I charge like a battery, ever ready. I joke already, so sing it for me, Shelly.
Welcome back to the Massac Indoor Facility. And we're just going to see the commencement of the second quarter of the very exciting match between the Blazers, the Detroit Blazers, and the Falcons in from Pichley. And we can tell the scores is 21-18 in favor of the Falcon. As we see the Falcon ball belong to Young. Number 11, he shoots. In and out, rebound by Donnie Robinson. Across to Lester Langley. Lester Langley, point guard for the Blazers team, back to Robinson. Robinson trying to find that man down low. He penetrates in. Nice move inside by...
Excellent shot by number 10 for the Detroit Blazers. Number 10 would be Mr. John Baptist, Patrick John Baptist, with that excellent penetration move.
Mills in control, Bernard Mills. Hard defensive by Bernard Mills across to, back again to the guard. Mills in control there. Mills.
He draws the contact, looking to score free throws.
So in a foul there, infringement
Foul
against.
on number 14 orange, that will be Hakeem Dangaben. Foul on Hakeem Dangaben for the Blazers as he fouled Mills, who made an acrobatic offensive towards the center of the basketball court. He'll be shooting free throws.
So Mills will attempt his first free throw. You can hear it from the crowd. He shoot and convert it. Bernard Mills, a very good free throw shooter.
Indeed. Veteran of the game, showing why composure and of course his experience may reveal itself here tonight. But he misses the second. Falcons come off with a steal. Number 25 goes all the way in. Excellent Euro step to complete the bucket.
And 2 more points to Falcons. The Falcons up 24-20 in favor of the Falcons. A ball across to Robinson, challenge here.
Comes off with his rebound. Up strong. Misses.
There, outbound there. Nice defense there by the Blazers team.
And they cannot capitalize
yeah,
on the center.
Good call there
by
the experienced Magno. A very good call, Marcel. I thought that he just bumps in the ball and then after he decided to continue dribbling. And the infringement there against.
Indeed. So what are your views on that last play here? About 4 attempts to score the basketball in the center of the rim. Do you feel like there was contact, or do you feel there was
not really contact? I think it was a good defense there played by Peter Ricketts, because he has 2 fouls, so you do not want to foul.
Indeed.
2 more points there for number 11. For the Falcon team, number 11 is Zach Bastian. Young, exciting player, Zach Bastian.
They call a foul as Mr. Robinson takes his jump shot. Foul on number 2. Or is that 22? Yes, it would seem that Mr. Ricketts might have picked up his 3rd foul for the game.
I think that falls on Zach Bastian.
Zach Bastian. Okay, I appreciate the correction.
Donnie Robinson misses the free throw. Very important free throw, Hassan.
Indeed, every free throw counts in this game here. Connects to the second one.
Bernard Mills, the point guard. A quick pass there across to number 28. Back to him. Traveling violation there against number 26. For the Pichley team, and number 26 is Augustus Juliana. Nice defense there by Zach Bastian. Back to Thomas Felix. Thomas Felix, they're trying to find it inside.
Reverse layup, just short off the basket. And the rebound.
And Sean Reed. Converting for Blazers, Sean Reed.
Sean Reed for Blazers. Secures the basket.
And Mills has been fouled. 26-23, a very tough game in the second quarter. Falcons still in that 3-point margin.
Number
A
8
foul
Orange
there.
called with the foul against Mr. Mills here. Number 8 being the legendary Thomas Felix comes up with his foul. Mr. Felix arguing that Mr. Mills is just a bit lighter than he is. And bounce up the screen.
Reminded to please keep off the basketball surface of the basketball court. Please remain off the basketball court. Failure to do so will see you being escorted out of the premises.
And we hear some very strong statement there, 26-23 in favor of the Tischler team. Number 2 coming there for Blazers, that's Ashton Joseph,
Ashton Joseph.
replacing number 10. And number 10 is Patrick John Baptist.
Of course, Mr. John Baptist has a serious presence in the center. Excellent save by Donnie Robinson. Passes to number 9. Who dishes off to the corner right pocket. Takes the jump shot. Misses. They collect the rebound. And tip in by Mr. Felix to secure the basket. The crowd erupts. Mills dribbled the ball. Dishes off to the top 3 on the right corner. They swing, they rotate the ball. They penetrate into the center. Takes a wild shot, misses.
And
Mr. Ricketts
Ricketts
clean up and gets the rebound and makes the basket. And Felix will be going to the free throw line as he was fouled in the attempted shot.
By number 7, Ronnie McLaw. Fridgeman against Ronnie McLaw with a substitute. You see Kelver, Francisco Kelver coming in there for
Kaifer Francis coming in number 10.
Francis. And also number 35. 45 and you know,
The captain,
captain.
For the Falcons team, number 35.
That is Yannick Regis.
Yes, Ioanni Regis.
2 shots for Thomas Felix. Let's see what he does. First one, he converted.
Excellent. Connects the second. Kaifer brings up the ball. Passes to Ioanni. Ooh. Euro step, but just a bit of a turnover as he attempted to pass the ball for Mr. Ricketts. Blazers bring up the ball past the second half. Passes for Mr. Robinson. Back to number 9. Takes a 3-point shot. Misses. They come up with the rebound. Rebound by number 13. Strong. Excellent, excellent. Gavin, what is your take on the game so far?
And Blazers have just taken the lead, so Blazers are up by 1, Gavin.
Yes, Delvin.
29-28.
Blazers making another run. As Thomas Regis drives in. Good pass to Zach Bastian. And good team basketball, Delvin.
Oh yes, and a good point there by Zach Bastian. And Zach Bastian seems to be a very good young player, Gavin, in the making.
Yes, Zach Bastian, a student from the Pierre Charles Secondary School. He represented Dominica at the inter-schools. He was on that inter-school team that won the basketball competition in Grenada. And he also represented Dominica at the Alba Games. He's one of the up-and-coming youngsters on Island, and we're just hoping that he can stay on the right path. But again, strong basket there from Sean Reed.
And Sean Reed, big tonight, Gavin, on the board.
Yes, and he has to do that. The Blazers, like I said, they have to keep on attacking the Falcons post, especially Peter Ricketts. Peter Ricketts is on 2 fouls, and he's the only big man tonight for the Falcons because they're without Ramal Carbon.
He has 2 fouls.
And he has 2 fouls. He picked up the 2 fouls. He picked up the second foul in the first quarter, very early in the first quarter. Sean again with the rebound and a good putback. And again, Delvin, you can see Peter Ricketts was hesitant to challenge Sean Reed.
Oh yes, and Sean Reed having a field day tonight.
Well, Kiefer Francis thought about the free. It's Zach Bastian. And there's a foul. And Gary Benjamin. Signal a foul. It's on Ashton Joseph, number 2.
And a timeout, Gavin.
We have a timeout, Delvin.
Yes,
So,
and 33-30 in favor of the Blazers.
all right, so timeout on the court. We'll be right back.
And we can tell you only 4 minutes 54 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Gavin. A very close game, down by 3. The Falcons team.
Well, it's a much closer game than game 1. At this point in game 1, the Falcons are already up by about 18 going. So, see Lester Langley there with guilty of the reach-in. So he'll pick up a foul. He's going to send Kewan Thomas to the line for 2. So Kewan Thomas has been doing the bulk of the scoring for the Falcons. He's been making the majority of his free throws. And like we've been saying throughout the entire night, Delvin, it's a big game for the Falcons because they're without Ramal Carbon. Their anchor in defense, their stalwart, not stalwart, but one of their main offensive weapons as well, not here tonight with an injury.
And defensive too, Gavin.
Right.
Shot blocker.
But so far, so good for the Falcons. Peter Ricketts has been doing a good job down in the post. As Thomas makes another free throw. We can see the Falcons just adopting a little bit of a full court press. Trying to make life difficult. And, oh, well, Yannick Regis gets called for traveling. We can see the Falcons, they're known for that full court press. Donnie is posting up on Kewan. Thomas takes the jumper and nails it. So a big jumper there from Thomas Felix. Skyfer Francis thinks about the 3. Thomas with the rebound. And he's blocked by Reed. But there's a foul. And it's on number 2. That's Ashton Joseph. So Sean Reed. Sean Reed had the block. But there was some contact there from Ashton Joseph, Delvin.
Yes, and I thought there was a poor bit of rebounding there by the Blazers team because, as a matter of fact, there were 3 players there and Thomas came in there in between and got that rebound, Gavin. And converts.
Yeah. Well, Devin, I can tell you the Blazers have no excuse if they're being out-rebounded tonight because they have the advantage in terms of the tallest guys on the court.
They really have height tonight for sure, Gavin. And the Falcons depending on Peter Ricketts for the majority of the night, and you could see he just standing up in the post, Gavin, and allowing them to go.
Well, he can't contest anything because he has 2 fouls. If he gets a 3rd foul, that will spell disaster for the Falcons. But nonetheless, Peter Ricketts is still a very big man. And even if he's not going to jump and challenge a shot, just the mere fact that, he's in the paint, will create or disturb the shots for the Blazers as there's a turnover. And Regis goes strong to the hole and gets the basket.
And they're playing a man-to-man defense, and it's getting the Blazers under nice defense by Peter Ricketts.
It's Yolon battling for the rebound. Peter gets it. And the Kewan Thomas to bring the ball up. And there's a turnover. So a little bit of scrappy basketball, Delvin.
Yes, scrappy basketball. But all the way and so on is the,
but that's a foul on Peter, and that's going to be trouble. And Peter Ricketts is pleading his case. The basket will count, so it's a basket for Javi Joseph, but more importantly, it's the third foul on Peter Ricketts.
Gavin, is just what we're seeing in terms of basketball. And so I thought that was very good defense because he stood with his hands up, and the player came and bunked him, so it should be either offensive foul in terms of that.
I think it was called offensive because Peter, however, was in the restricted area. So while he might have been, not, leaning forward or anything like that, but being in the restricted area, you would have been guilty of the blocking foul.
Very tough call.
It's a tough call, yes. Well, Bernard Mills gets his rebound, misses. That was an easy basket. Bernard Mills missed. And it's Lester Langley taking it strong. Robinson with the rebound. Joseph, and he's called for traveling.
I find a fast, sloppy type of game, Gavin. I think the both teams should look to settle along and play some proper basketball.
Well, what has happened is both teams are adopting a full court press on each other. You can see Lester Langley, and they're also playing the Blazers right now, what you call the box and one, where Langley is sticking now to Kewan Thomas, following him like a shadow and making his every move difficult. And you can see the Blazers are double teaming him, and it forces Thomas into a bad shot.
Good defense I thought by the Blazers team, and they're up by 37-36.
So again, that full court press is broken, and Lynch unable to hold on to that pass. Delvin is loud. It's a electric atmosphere here in Massac, and it's only going to get more exciting as the game goes on.
2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the second period, and Kerber, a bad shot.
Here come the Blazers again. It's Linson Lynch. A bit of a scramble there. Donnie Robinson gets it and gets the basket.
I thought good defense there by Mills. Mills is a very good defender.
So again, the Blazers forcing, and well, that's going to be a foul. Bernard Mills will go to the line for two. Looks like it'll be a foul on
number 5 for Orange.
It'll be a foul on number 5. That's Linson Lynch. So Bernard Mills to the line for two.
And Peter Ricketts have to be off the court, Gavin, because in free falls already, foul trouble. So he'll have to sit down maybe the majority of the third quarter before.
Well, look at this, Delvin. The Falcons have 4 guards on the court. There's Bernard Mills, there's Kewan Thomas, there's Yannick Regis, and there's Kiefer Francis. The only big man is more or less a small forward. That's Yolon Regis. So the Blazers should respond with their bigger guys and pound them inside, but there's only Donnie Robinson on the court in terms of big men for the Blazers.
Yes, and maybe has not seen that, and he could take advantage of those last 2 minutes. And Mills converted the both free throws. 39-30. And a turnover, useless turnover, Gavin, I thought there by the Blazers. And Javi Joseph.
And a veteran player like Javi Joseph should have done a lot better. But I can see the referees just having a word of Linson Lynch and Kiefer Francis. Things started to get just a little bit feisty here, Delvin. Remember, the Falcons are leading this 5-match series 1-0. And if the Blazers are to lose tonight, it means that the Blazers will need to win 3 games in a row if they're to live for the championship.
And another turnover. Matter of fact, they turned over the ball and gave it back to the Blazers team, Gavin.
Very sloppy end to the first half. As Donnie Robinson gets a Christmas gift. And the Blazers are in front by 3. It's 41-38. Into the final 2 minutes of this first half. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Regis drives in and big basket. What a breakdown there in defense from the Blazers, and the Falcons will get 2 points. Robinson now posting up on Regis. Gets his own rebound. Gets his rebound and this time is fouled from behind by Kiefer Francis. Donnie Robinson will head to the line for 2. Delvin, I remember last night on the Off the Field program we were discussing, and I told you that if the Falcons do not have Rabon Carbon, I believe that the Blazers would, probably walk away with game 2. And so far, it's the Blazers in front here tonight.
Yes, only by 1, Gavin. So it's still a tight game, and without Peter Ricketts, one of the tallest players on the court.
Well, there's a lane violation. Well, the Blazers were guilty of that offense. So since the Blazers have adopted that box and 1 defense there on Kewan Thomas, is sort of taking him out of the game for the time being, Delvin.
Yes, and Mills seems to be having a very good night there so far, driving in, throwing some easy basket, but Gavin really penetrating through the Blazers defense quite easily at his age, Gavin.
Well, Mills must be about 75 years of age. I'm just joking on that. I think he's close to 50, if not 50. But Bernard Mills has been, one of probably the longest service basketballers in the history of Dominica's basketball. I remember being just a little boy going to the Windsor Park and hearing about the legendary Bernard Mills. He played for teams like the Knicks and the X-Men. I mean, he played for every team.
A lot of teams,
played
Gavin,
for a lot
all
of
over
teams.
the island, Gavin, including the police team.
And he makes the free throw. But he's a player with a lot of experience. And these sort of games, these sort of pressure moments, that's where he steps up. He misses the second. It's Langley with the rebound. And Thomas Felix driving strong layup, misses. Langley with the rebound is Lynch with the jumper, misses. Thomas, and 1. So it's a foul on Kiefer Francis. And the basket counts.
43-41.
All right, so we have another timeout, Delvin. And we're going to allow the DJ to do his thing. All right, so we're back as we're winding down the second quarter, first half, 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. It's Thomas Felix looking to complete the three-point play for the Blazers. And he does. So now the Blazers in front. There's another foul. It's on Linson Lynch.
Reaching foul, you call that, Gavin.
And sends Kewan Thomas to the line again.
1 minute, 3 seconds, Gavin, left for the first half of that match. Very important match for the Blazers team.
So Kewan Thomas misses the first. And the Kewan misses both, uncharacteristic of him. Good tip there, and Donny takes it strong to the hole, misses. Thomas with the rebound, there's a scramble. What's going on? And it's back out to Langley. Thomas for three, misses. Strong rebound by Kewan Thomas. A lot of contact there. I thought he was going to get the foul, but he didn't get it. So it's going to be Blazers basketball, 38 seconds. And another basket converted, another chance for a three-point play. Thomas Felix will head to the line again.
(46-41) in favor of the Blazers team, Gavin, in 36 seconds to go.
So the Blazers ending the second quarter on a strong note, Delvin. And it's Thomas Felix to the line. And makes the free throw. So it's 47-41. The Blazers putting Thomas under pressure. Augustus Juliana with the strong move, a bit too strong on the layup. And it will be Blazers basketball with 27 seconds to go. So Kewan Thomas with some pressure in the backcourt. Blazers able to get through it. Thomas Felix driving strong, misses, gets his rebound and makes the basket. Ten seconds to go. It's with Bernard Mills. 3 seconds on the clock. Kaifa Francis drives in, takes a shot, misses. And that's the end of the first half. And at the end of the first half is the Detroit Blazers 47 and the Dr. Daru Priester Sports Club Falcons 43. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with second half action very soon. Keep it locked. All right, welcome back to the Massac Indoor Facility. Time for second half action in Game 2 of this Premier League Finals between the Detroit Blazers and the Dr. Daru Pitcher Sports Club Falcons. The Falcons are leading the series 1-0, but it's the Blazers leading Game 2, 49-41 as we head into the third quarter. It's been a battle of the Thomases. It's tight. It's T1 Thomas for the Falcons with 16 points, while Thomas Felix for the Blazers has 15. As I welcome back Delvin Esprit.
Yes, we got a nice defense here by Thomas, and Thomas having a good match. And he converted, and good move there by Kewan Thomas.
That was a good, strong move from Kewan Thomas. He now has 18 points tonight. Big first half from him, 16 points in the first half, Delvin. And he comes up with a big block, but it falls into the hands of the Blazers player, and they'll get the 2 points.
Strange basket, Gavin.
Good defense in the end there. Blazers lucky to get away. Kaifer Francis travels. Delvin, Kaifer is really struggling tonight.
Very much so, Gavin.
He top scored for the Falcons in Game 1. He had 25 points. There's a strong move there from
Dangaben.
Kaifer Francis has really struggled tonight.
And Blazers have a 10-point lead, 43-53 in favor of Blazers.
Well, the Falcons are undefeated so far in this year's competition. And Regis drives strong. There's a foul. It's on number 10. That's a Patrick John Baptist for the Blazers. And it will send Yannick Regis to the line for 2.
Very important 2 free throws there for Yannick Regis.
A loud crowd here at the Massac Indoor Facility as Regis misses the first free throw. And misses the second, and strong rebound from Dangoben. Now Lester Langley taking it to the hole. Peter Ricketts, of course, can't really apply much defense. He's stripped of the ball. He's complaining for a foul. And Kewan Thomas will come away with it. And now we have an injury off the court. It's Kaifer Francis, and he's grabbing his ankle. So that's a big blow for the Falcons. Delvin Kaifer hasn't really fired tonight, but he's one of the main offensive weapons for the Falcons. And if he goes down, that will be their second player that they've lost to injury.
Yes, Gavin, and he got a hard lash, Gavin, and he's just been checked.
And it's not looking good because we can see him in immense pain under the rim. He's being attended to by the medics. And from the looks of it, Delvin, I can't see him continuing right away. He'll probably need a few moments off the court to catch himself.
Yes, he's hopping off. Substitute player has to come in, Gavin, for the Falcon, and they haven't gotten one as yet. Yes, the young player number 35, Regis, coming in.
No, Zach Bastian, number 11. Yeah. So it will be Falcons basketball. And we're back on the way in the third quarter. So it's the Blazers with a comfortable lead. But we've seen how in basketball how quickly these leads can disappear. Teams can go on some real quick runs. But it's Thomas Felix who comes up with the loose ball. And he misses the layup, Delvin. What's going on? Dangaben misses an early Christmas. There's a whistle in the backcourt. And let's see what the call is. There's a foul. So a foul on Dangleman. So after missing the easy layup, Delvin, Dangleman then commits the foul.
Yes, Gavin, I find it was a good move by Zach. Zach Baston, because Zach Baston looked like to me, Gavin, he was going all the way.
So Thomas for three. That's misses badly. Loose ball in the key, and well, the Blazers will come away with it. No, actually, it's the Falcons, and again, there's another injury, and the referee has stopped the game. And it's Kewan Thomas who is down.
Gavin, it's all happening there tonight. Of injuries.
I think Kewan Thomas might have got hit in the head. Can see he's just being attended to. He's a little bit winded. You can see he's struggling to stand up as well. Probably had the wind knocked out of him there, so you can see he's really struggling, Delvin, Kewan Thomas. So Thomas has to be substituted, Delvin. That's another big blow for the Falcons. And now they've lost Ramal Carbon from game one, Kaifa Francis in game two, and now their leading scorer tonight, Kewan Thomas.
Gavin, a tough night for the Falcons. And they're still hanging in there, Gavin, under 10.
But Kewan Thomas looks, I think he may need some further medical attention.
Exhausted,
Delvin.
Gavin. He played a lot, hustling a lot, Gavin. He looked very much exhausted.
Yeah, but he got a blow to the head, and you could see that he was a bit woozy on his feet. So he's on the sidelines getting attention, and we're back on the way here. So the Blazers will be smelling blood at this point in time, because they have all the ingredients for what should be an easy victory for them tonight, as the Falcons are severely undermanned. There are three leading scorers all off the court at this point in time.
A lot of pressure in the Falcon team. They're very small, Gavin, compared to the Blazers that big.
And it's the Blazers up by 10. And Sean Reed gets it, and Sean Reed gets the basket. And it will be a chance for a three-point play. So Delvin, the Blazers using their height to their advantage now.
Very much so, Gavin, and they seem to be enjoying a good time down low, Gavin.
And the lead has grown to 12. As Reed misses the free throw, John Baptiste misses the second attempt. There's a foul. And there's another player down. This time it's Yannick Regis, the captain. And the referees are consulting there. Regis is in some pain as well. And it seems to be a disaster for the Falcons, Delvin. So Yannick Regis is down on the court, and the medics are attending to him as well. So that will be the fourth.
That's why they call physical basketball, Gavin.
But that, Delvin, if Yannick can't get back on, that will be the fourth player down for the Falcons.
And that is 4 players of the starting 5.
Of the starting 5. So Regis is down. We have a stoppage in play. It's the Blazers leading 55-43, Delvin.
A comfortable lead by the Blazers so far. And Gavin, it's all happening there. and 7 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the third quarter, Gavin. So Gavin, a lot of basketball to play, but it looks like it's a nursery there tonight.
Well, a lot of basketball to play, Delvin, but the question is do the Falcons have enough players to continue playing the basketball?
Well, it looked like as they're getting injured, Gavin, they're coming back up later on. But by that time, Gavin, the game might be all over away from them, Gavin.
We can see Kiefer Francis has made his way back onto the court, so that's some good news for the Falcons, but he still looks to be hobbling a bit, so clearly he's not 100%. But the referees are just, having a bit of a discussion there as to what's going to be the decision.
And Gavin, everybody's looking on, Gavin, a very appreciative crowd at the massacre in the facility, Gavin. And the Falcons seems to be like a lot of injury, Gavin, and maybe they're looking for a doctor, not maybe a medic tonight, but a doctor, Gavin, because the way these guys are getting injured there tonight, it's amazing.
Okay, so let's see what the call is. Okay, so the foul has been called on number 10, Orange. That's
I was just wondering myself.
So the Falcons, the 5 that they have on the court, Kiefer Francis is back on the court, but clearly not at 100%. Zach Bastian, the youngster, is on. Yolon Regis is on the court as well for the Falcons. Bernard Mills and Peter Ricketts, who has 3 fouls. So everything is stacked against the Falcons right now. As Kiefer Francis draws the foul. And it will be on Sean Reed.
And Sean Reed having a very good night there tonight, Gavin. He should have 8 points, more than 8 points. I saw him score. Let's get the scores of Sean Reed.
So it will send Kiefer Francis to the line for 2. Francis has struggled tonight and misses the first free throw. And you can see Francis is even engaging the Blazers bench. He has to be careful because he could get a technical foul for that. Clearly not on his game tonight, and he's not helping his cause by engaging the Blazers bench. And misses both.
Sean Reed with 10 points, Gavin. Big night for Sean Reed.
Kiefer trying to put some defense on Lester Langley. It's John Baptist with the jumper. And it's the Blazers leading now 57-43. As Ricketts gets the rebound but misses, and here come the Blazers again. It's Lester Langley. Finds Donnie Robinson, who spins. Misses. Sean Reed with the big rebound, offensive rebound. Thomas Felix drives. He's fouled and no, misses. And he'll head to the line for 2 free throws. It's an electric atmosphere here at the Massac Indoor Facility. We can hear the conch shells as Thomas Felix misses the first free throw. Thomas gets his own rebound again, passes out to Langley, and Langley looks to reset. That will be kickball on Yolon Regis. So the Falcons, Delvin, are in some trouble here in the third quarter.
A lot of foul trouble. I realize that Kiefer Francis is in foul trouble also, Gavin.
Kiefer is in foul trouble. There's the injury concerns as well. And the Falcons have been forced to basically use their bench. Only Peter Ricketts is a starter on the court right now. And that's where the Falcons will get some offense. I'm not too sure. As a jump, Baptist makes another jumper. And it's now 59-43.
They haven't scored in the third quarter as yet.
Just over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. So the offensive struggles for the Falcons, Delvin, they've only managed 2 points so far this quarter. Sean misses an easy one. Tipped. Bernard Mills will come away with it. There's a 3-on-1 fast break. Bernard Mills, well, made the wrong decision there. And now Thomas Felix on the other end. It's out to Langley for three. Bang! Big three-pointer from Lester Langley. And the Blazers are opening the floodgates here at the Massac indoor facility. It's 62-43 as Zach Bastian responds for three. That's the first basket for the Blazers since the start of the third quarter. The Falcons. As Thomas will tip this one to himself. He thought about it, he passed it, John Baptist again, in and out. And Peter Ricketts comes away with the rebound. Mills drives strong, it's Yolon Regis. And Yolon Regis gets the jumper, so 5 unanswered points for the Falcons. But they're still down 62-48. As Felix drives in, dishes off to Reed. Reed loses the handle going up. And Bernard Mills is on the fast break. Over to Maglow, finds Zach Bastian. And he's fouled by Thomas Felix. And Zach Bastian will head to the line for two.
Yes, and 5 unanswered points there for the Falcons. And they can make it 7, and they were calling a timeout, Gavin, so things are still around.
Well, they're actually taking the timeout. So we're going to have a timeout from the Dr. Daru Prichler Sports Club Falcons. It's 62-48. And we have a timeout. DJ, do your stuff. Just some entertainment there from DJ Blend. And we're back. 3 minutes, 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's the Falcons trailing 48-62. And we have another timeout, is it? Yes, timeout for the Blazers. All right, back again at the Massac Indoor Facility. Timeout completed from the Blazers. Delvin, I'm not too sure as to why the Blazers would have called a timeout.
Maybe for some more rest, Gavin. Must be. Because remember, they're not young, Gavin, so there's a lot of energy playing there. And
Well, there are a lot of guys on the bench, so maybe they could have utilized their bench. As Zach Bastian misses the first free throw. We can hear the boos from the Blazers supporters. Hostile environment here at the Massac Indoor Facility. It's not going to be easy for the Falcons.
not at all, Gavin.
So there's a lane violation. We'll have another free throw. And Bastian missed all three. So there we go as we wind down the third quarter. Trying to put some pressure on Lester Langley. There's a kickball violation to be Blazers basketball. In with Reed. Ricketts has to be careful. Reed goes up, misses. But it's John Baptist with the strong putback. And the Blazers taking the lead again, 64-48. Steal by John Baptist. And Langley will, well, he loses the ball. Zach Bastian. Strong defense. Was some contact there, Delvin? All right, so Zach Bastian with some hustle, getting the steal, getting the basket, and then again forcing another turnover. Thomas will come away with the rebound. And there's a foul in the backcourt. Is it? Yes. Foul on Zach Bastian. So it's the Blazers up by 14. With 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. We can see the Falcons adopting a man-to-man defense, sort of a full court press as well. They will need some turnovers. They will need to force some turnovers and get some easy transition baskets to get back into the game, because if the game goes into a half-court game, which the Blazers are playing right now, the Blazers will fancy themselves to walk away with the victory. Magloire thought about the three and almost gave it away. Ricketts will take the three off the back iron. And Maxwell gets the rebound for the Blazers. A little bit of sloppy basketball there. So, Delvin, what we've seen from the Blazers tonight is they seem to have difficulties in closing the quarters on a strong note.
Yes, and a free opportunity for a free-pointer.
A good defensive rebound from Maxwell. Good boxing out. And like once again, Blazers or Falcons with that full court press. Bernard Mills will be guilty of the reaching foul. Mills wasn't happy with that call. And Mills is pleading his case, Delvin, but that was clearly a foul.
Gavin, yeah, as I can tell you, Gavin, basketball is supposed to be a physical game, Gavin.
It's a physical game, yes, but that was clearly a reaching foul. So, since there'll be a little issue with the clock, the referees will instruct the scorer to put back some more time on the clock. So it's the Blazers in front, 64-50. 64-50 Detroit Blazers as they look to even up the series at the game apiece. And that's a lovely move, but rejected by Peter Ricketts. But the referee has called a foul. Oh no! And Peter Ricketts is not happy with that one. And Peter Ricketts has left the court. He's left the building, Delvin. What is going on? Peter Ricketts has left the court. He's walked off the court. He's coming back now. And you can see that the Blazers are trying to get Peter Ricketts to get a technical foul.
He has a right.
And the crew chief, Gary Benjamin, is having a discussion with the match commissioner. And the referees are going to have a meeting. Clearly, Peter Ricketts left the facility, Delvin. He left the court, and by the rules, that should be at least a technical foul.
Gavin, what I'm seeing there tonight, I'll be very honest about it. I think personally, I haven't got anything on so I come and just watch a game and talk about the game, but I think it's very much confusing. We want to know really who is in control of the game because we've seen people come decide, is there a match official in terms of
Well,
match
Delvin,
referee?
there are three officials.
And a commissioner?
Listen, there are three officials, and there's a match commissioner. The match commissioner is Mr. Shaka Dangleben, and he clearly saw Peter Ricketts. I mean, the entire stadium, except the referees, saw Peter Ricketts leave the court, leave the facility. Delvin, you know the rules of basketball. If you leave the court, that's a technical foul.
So Gavin, the guy left the court, you say. There's three officials there, Gavin.
Delvin, listen to me. The match commissioner was the one who...
Gavin, the guy...
So... So, a technical foul has been called on Peter Ricketts for leaving the facility after being whistled for the foul. But we have to find out how many fouls does Peter Ricketts have. All right, so that's Peter Ricketts, 4 fouls.
I'm seeing all sorts of things happening in the facility tonight in terms of what is going on. It's very unfortunate to see what is going on there. I'm not too sure exactly what is going on.
So Peter Ricketts has 4 fouls. He has 3 personal fouls and 1 technical foul. So it will count as 4 fouls. So 1 more foul and Peter Ricketts will fall out of the game.
Yeah, but Gavin, we have been going through with Ricketts had 3 fouls. Then he got 1 to make fun. And
hold on. Apparently there was an error on the scorer's table. So the information that we had, and even Peter Ricketts, when he thought he had 3 fouls, he actually had 2. And the Blazers again will get another basket. And the Falcons are breaking down. It's a 16-point lead. It's 66-50 with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And that one will go out of bounds, so it'll be possession for the Blazers.
Oh yes, what I'm seeing there tonight is unbelievable. But the score side here, Gavin, is 66-50 in favor of the Blazers. They're up by 16. Gavin, the guy clearly kicked the ball and we saw that. So the referee did not see that. The most important thing, the referee did not see that.
A traveling violation on Patrick John Baptist. So it's the Blazers down by 16. Sorry, the Blazers up by 16. Zach Bastian for three. Misses, and it will be Falcons basketball. And now there seems to be a foul on Sean Reed to send Zach Bastian to the line for two.
I thought there was slack defending because they actually let him get the ball inside very quickly, Gavin. They were lacking.
So Zach Bastian makes the first free throw.
No basket. No basket. No basket. He said no basket.
Oh, no basket. So there was an infringement. Looks like Zach might have had his foot on the line. And he misses the second. So Maxwell comes away with it. Lester Langley is pushing up court. Finds Maxwell all alone underneath the basket. And the lead goes up to 18 with 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. And here's Ricketts again. Misses. And you can see the Falcons seem to have given up, Delvin. It's a 4-on-1 fast break. And John Baptist converts. The lead goes up to 20. It's 70-50. And the Blazers will come away for another steal. And Sean Reed gets it. Sean Reed misses. Sean Reed is fouled by Zach Bastian, and Reed will go to the line for two.
And Gavin, a matter of fact, Sean Reed was the only guy. I thought he should have scored that easy basket, Gavin. He had all the time in the world. And normally, the Sean Reed we know young time will dunk that ball, Gavin, for sure.
Yes, Sean Reed would have, back in the days, probably brought the crowd to their feet if a thunderous dunk. But Sean Reed, like so many of us, Delvin, you know, father time has caught up with him. He's still a force on the court, but he's not the Sean Reed that we were used to, you know, a few years back. But in case you're just joining us, it's the Detroit Blazers 70, the Dr. Daru Prichner Sports Club Falcons 50. The Falcons, they've been hit badly by the injury bug this evening. They've lost Kaifa Francis. They've lost Yannick Regis, Kewan Thomas, and of course, they lost Ramal Carbon in game one. And Delvin, with all of these injuries, it will be very difficult for the Falcons if they are to win the series. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter. It's 71-50 in favor of the Detroit Blazers. We're going to take a break, Delvin, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action. All right, so back here at the Masak Indoor facility, it's the Blazers up by 21. 10 minutes to go in this game. And the Falcons are going to need a miracle if they are to get back into this one. But it's Augustus Juliana Jr. with the easy basket. Zach Bastian comes up with a steal. So it's Regis, think about the three, and Robinson gets the rebound. And Langley pushes. The Blazers, that to be a traveling violation. Blazers in the driver's seat in game 2 as they look to draw even in the series.
They should draw even, Gavin.
They should draw even, and again, Delvin, looking further down. If the Falcons can't get their players injured, their players recovered, then they're going to have some problems for the rest of the series.
Oh yes, without Ramo, Carbon and the rest, Gavin, they might be in serious trouble.
And that's going to be a big loss, Delvin, for the Falcons, undefeated so far this season. And then to suffer that sort of setback in the finals with the injuries to at least 4 players. As they can see their hopes of a championship fading away.
Definitely, Gavin, definitely. And the Falcons trying to put a man-to-man defense, Gavin.
So just a bit of a sloppy start to the 4th quarter for the Blazers. They've made a few trips down and they've been not able to convert as Juliana for 3 misses. Zach Bastian was skying for the rebound, doesn't get it. And Thomas Felix pushes up court. And Felix will drive, hands it over to Donnie Robinson. Good assist from Thomas Felix. He's having himself quite the ball game. He had 15 points in the first half. And he's doing everything for the Blazers tonight. Bernard Mills guilty of the traveling.
And it's all happening there. The Blazers in full control and using the height advantage and using the experience.
Thomas Felix drives by Mills and gets the easy layup. Thomas Felix seems to be rediscovering that form that had him as MVP for a number of years in the Premier League. And it's the Blazers 75-52 running away with this one. As Zach Bastian drives in, gives it up. What's going to be the call? He traveled. So Zach Bastian ran into Donnie Robinson and guilty of the travel. And Thomas Felix again with the steal. It's Donnie Robinson driving strong to the hole. And gets another basket. Easy layup for Donnie Robinson. And the Blazers are in front 77-52. Bernard Mills is blocked. He's also took one to the face. And the Falcons have called for timeout. So We have a timeout on the floor. It's the Blazers 77, Falcons 52. DJ Blend, take it away. All right, timeout completed. 77-52, 6 minutes and 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter, as the Blazers are on their way to a statement victory in game 2. As Bastien loses the handle, and Langley will come away. Hands off to Maxwell, who finds Thomas Felix, misses the jump shot, and it will be Blazers basketball.
And you know Peter Ricketts cannot go on and challenge Gavin, so he really just there standing like a post Gavin because he don't want to commit his fifth foul.
Yeah, Ricketts has 4 fouls as Robinson drives in there. Felix gets it, and it's Falcons basketball. Mills pushing, finds Bastien for 3. Mills with the rebound, and he will reset. He's being hounded by Lester Langley, and there's a foul. And we'll see who the foul's on. The foul's on as the referees just confirm. Foul on Lester Langley. And you can hear the boos from the crowd. Not happy with that one.
It's amazing in terms of what I'm seeing there. But the referees are in control. They are doing their job, Gavin.
Juliana with the jump shot misses. Bastien was kind for that rebound, but unable to get it. It's Maxwell finds Joseph. And Maxwell all alone underneath the basket. Another easy break. 2 points for the Blazers. And there's a steal, and Felix takes it strong to the basket. And the floodgates have opened here. It's 81-52. Pretty much one-way traffic here. As Mills misses the jumper. And the Blazers in firm control. It's for Donnie Robinson, and he slows things down. Maxwell gets the rebound, and the Blazers will reset. So it's into the final 5 minutes. As Langley hands it over. Langley misses the easy jumper. But again, the Blazers get the offensive rebound. Joseph. And it's now 83-52. And the Blazers are running away with this one. Bastien for 3, misses. Maxwell with the rebound. And Robinson couldn't hold on to that pass. Bernard Mills goes the other way. Finds Ricketts. And Ricketts gets the basket. A statement win for the Detroit Blazers, and it means on Saturday we'll have Game 3 with the series locked at 1. As Maxwell gets into the act with the jumper. And we can see the orange flags in the stands. The Blazers celebrated. Ricketts for 3. Shot on that one, and the Blazers will come away with the rebound. Just over 3 minutes left in this encounter. The fat ladies already singing, Delvin.
Oh yes, oh yes. Long time ago, Gavin, since after the 5th quarter.
And the Blazers. Tony Robinson, what a beautiful turnaround jumper. Bastian will try for 3 and nails the shot.
Bastian, a very good player, Gavin, that young man there, showing some talent.
And there's a 5-second violation being called. I'm not too sure about that one because the ball was not in possession of the Blazers.
Not at all, Gavin. I'm very much surprised.
If anything, the referee was supposed to have blown his whistle to secure the ball. So I don't know how that could be a 5-second violation on the Blazers if a basket was scored and they were never in possession of the ball.
Yeah, they never touched the ball, Gavin, so that's very strange. Maybe the referee was expecting them to get the ball quickly and play the game.
That was a strange call, but water under the bridge.
A lot of strange calls tonight.
So the Blazers emptying their bench. Mills for 3, way off. As Ashton Joseph for 3. He misses as well. But it's Dangleben who gets it. Joseph will think about it. No, passes off to Phoenix. Ooh, and one mixtape move. Misses. He was fouled. But a showtime there from Thomas Phoenix.
Yes, a lovely under the leg play there, Gavin, and Phoenix not finishing.
And we can see that the Blazers are rubbing the salt.
Number 23, the referee, the McDo calling the foul on number 23. And number 23 is Bernard Mills. Yeah, well, Bernard Mills. Number 23 is Mills.
Peter Ricketts has called it a night for the Falcons. He's been substituted. Ricketts with 4 fouls, unable to have a real impact in tonight's game. The Blazers are up by 30 points. It's 87-50 with just about 2 minutes to go in this encounter.
And you realize that Keon Thomas never came back on the court, Gavin, since after that. They brought him outside to get some breeze, Gavin. I think it was the best swing.
Yeah, he got a blow to his head as Bastian drives, misses. And Dangleben will come away with it. Long pass to Felix. And it's more punishment. More punishment on the Falcons. And at this point in time, the Falcons are probably looking for the final buzzer to get off the court. And,
yes, Gavin.
89-57. Maglow for 3, misses. And this Joseph with the rebound. And Joseph will drive in and get the easy basket coast to coast. 91-57. A beatdown of epic proportions.
They can reach 100, Gavin.
And Bastian commits the foul to send Joseph to the line for 2. 91-57, a minute and 25 seconds to go. It's not the result that we were expecting tonight. But given the injuries to the Falcons team, they've been run out of the gymnasium here tonight. And the question is, Delvin, is can the Falcons respond for game 3?
That's it. That's the important question, Gavin.
As Thomas Felix is substituted, and he will get a standing ovation from the crowd.
Yeah, but the basket did not score, Gavin. So why saying one, then he's saying two, Gavin? What is going on?
Two free
Well,
throws.
that's what
Delvin,
we
yes.
know because
As Joseph misses the first free throw. 91-57 into the final stages of this game 2. The DABA Premier League. Joseph misses both but gets his rebound. Puts up the three, is fouled. Actually, no, he stepped out of bounds. Big win for the Detroit Blazers. And they will clearly have the momentum heading into game 3.
they're tying the series, Gavin. They're
Tied
surely
at
tying
one
the
apiece.
series.
We have a series on our hands. Bastian for 3. Misses. And Sean Reed comes away with the rebound. Maxwell thinks about the 3. Bang! And the Blazers continue to rub the salt into the wounds of the Falcons. 94-57. Maxwell again for 3. Misses. And is put in by Buckmeyer. 96-57.
And they only have 4 players on the court, Gavin.
Mills for 3. Misses again. Bastian with the rebound. Thinks about the 3. He misses as well. Rebounded by Sean.
Gavin, only 4 players on the court for the Falcons.
4 players for the Falcons. As though there's a player in the corner over there, Devin. They have 5. Maxwell for 3. Misses. And another basket for the Blazers. It's 98-57. Delvin, there's a bit of ill discipline being shown by the Falcons. If you look, number 69, Yolan Ridges, is on the court as the 5th player, but he's literally abandoned his teammates. He's just stood in the corner for the last 2 minutes of the game, and he's allowed the Falcons to play with 4 players. Things really seem to have been broken down for the Falcons. But that's the end of the game. It's 98-57. The Blazers winning there, Delvin.
Yes, Gavin, a comfortable victory for the Blazers. I thought there. The Blazers playing the better match here tonight. And the young man you talk about, the Regis, have been showing ill discipline a lot on the court, Gavin. It's very strange to see that he's still suiting up for the Falcons.
Yeah, so the Falcons will have some work to do. Delvin, we'll see you on Saturday. This brings us to the end of the broadcast. It's the Blazers 98, Falcons 57, and the series is tied at 1 game apiece.
Yes, Gavin.
Woman in their costume, so them man ready. Gangs ready. Hands ready. Get your flags ready. Put them up in the air. Tell them we're ready. Just show them we're ready. We're ready for more. Yes, we're ready could be Shaggy, but I know for sure it wasn't me. It wasn't me 'cause I was sober. It wasn't me. Never a drinker. I hear the rhythm getting louder. It wasn't me. It must be something in my water. It wasn't me. It wasn't me 'cause I was sober. It wasn't me. Never a drinker or a smoker. It wasn't me. I hear the rhythm getting louder. It wasn't me. It's best that makes me something stronger. Drunkish, 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 get a little drunkish, 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 get a little drunkish, drunkish, get a little drunkish, drunkish, hear me now. All work and no play make Jack a dull boy. Any little misbehavior, blame it on the wrong boy. Whole day taking people's stress, boy. Once I leave that place, I just want to reset, boy. And if we work together, hold your hand. You are just a co-worker, you are not my friend. Matter of fact, you don't know who I am when I in the jam. I don't give a damn. Surely you go see me drunk and disorderly. Just know it wasn't me. Check again, you probably mistake me with somebody. Maybe you wanna be or my family. It could be Shaggy, but I know for sure it wasn't me. It wasn't me 'cause I was sober. It wasn't me. Never a drinker or a smoker. It wasn't me. I hear the rhythm getting louder. It wasn't me. It must be something in my water. It wasn't me. It wasn't me 'cause I was sober. It wasn't me. Never a drinker or a smoker. It wasn't me. I hear the rhythm getting louder. It wasn't me. It's best that makes me something stronger. Drunkish, 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 get a little drunkish, drunkish, get a little drunkish, drunkish, get a little drunkish, drunkish, it wasn't me 'cause I was sober. It wasn't me. Never a drinker or a smoker. It wasn't me. I hear the rhythm getting louder. It wasn't me. It must be something in my water. It wasn't me 'cause I was sober. It wasn't me. Never a drinker or a smoker. It wasn't me. I hear the rhythm getting louder. It wasn't me. It's best that makes me something stronger. Drunkish.